Welcome and hello. Today I have a piece for my small ring journal, and it starts with a piece of 3.5 by 5 mixed media paper, and I'm taking some distress ink in the color Scattered Straw, and I'm just giving it a layer with my blending tool, just kind of all over. And I grabbed a post-it note just so that my fingers don't get in it and I get fingerprints on the piece, and it helps keep my fingers clean. Not that I care about that, but I would prefer not to have fingerprints on the piece. And then I'm going to take fossilized amber and just go around the outside just to kind of give it a little depth and interest. And now I'm taking a stencil, it could be any stencil, and I'm just removing some of the distress ink. I'm not caring if my stencil moves because it's just, to me, going to be a random removal. And now I'm using another stencil, and I'm going to be spraying it with some Distress Oxide spray in the color Kitsch Flamingo, and I'm going to be transferring it onto the stencil. That first row didn't get on very well, and I want to make sure I have some in that first row because that's going to be a visible, very visible spot. And here I'm just flicking some water. I spray it in my hand and just flicking some water drops on it, and then I use my paper towel and just roll off some of that just to give it a little more variation. And I dry it really good. Now I'm going to start my collaging, and I've kind of already picked out my stuff so I don't waste your time, but I'm starting with some of the collage strips from Tim Holtz line, and I love those collage strips. I was not really thinking that they'd work for me, but once I actually got one, and it's like, oh gosh, this is great. So I really do like them. So that's my first piece going down. I'm nearing the end of this glue. It normally doesn't give me this much problem, but it's nearing the end. I got a new one waiting in the wings, but I just want to wait till that one's dead. So I've secured that piece, and then the next piece I've got is I have a collection of washi tapes. They kind of look vintagey, and going to, and this one's, it has a whole bunch in my pack I got. And this one is, it's like a music, little, what do they call that? A bar of music. I don't know if that's correct term, but so I put that down, and even though it is sticky, I just wanted to make sure that it would really adhere, so I put some glue on it as well. And then this is another piece from that same strip of collage paper. I think it was the same strip. Now I'm not actually sure. See, this is really giving me problems. And I cut it, and now it's going on the bottom right. From another roll of that washi tape, I used my circle punch and just punched out a couple different patterns on them. And so I've got a couple circles I'm putting down. And these won't be real visible, but just adds a little something in the background. And I'm just going to trim what's hanging over. And I think it's at this point, I'm like, this yellow is just awfully bright. I really probably shouldn't have added that fossilized amber, just kept it the scattered straw. And so I'm just spraying it to knock it back. And I think that helps a lot. I'm just using the post-it notes so my collage items don't get wet. I think that looks much better. Not nearly as orangey. And then I just want to dry it real good because I sprayed the water on it. And I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. I have these stamps from Stampers Anonymous. They're by Tim Holtz, and they are, it's called the mini bouquet. And so it's got different flowers in it. And so it's got heads and then stems, and then you can match them up. And so I chose the flower head I want. It's got 3 different stems too that you can use. So I'm just checking the placement of my heads first, and then I'll do the stems. And the great thing about these stems is that you can bend them so that they aren't straight, and so they can be kind of going one way or the other. And the one with the leaves is the smallest of the stems. So I'm going to put that on the lower flower head. And I'm just seeing where I want the other one. And I always get it mixed up because it's got to be reverse from what when you apply it. So and I just want to make sure that I don't have ink beyond that edge, which I think I did, so I was trying to wipe it off. I didn't get a full image near the top there, but that's okay. Perfection's not my goal. And I'm taking a white Posca paint pen and just putting some highlight dots on the top of the flower heads. Maybe like it's flowers, or it could be like dew, or whatever. Also could have made them, done that with my embossing pen and added some embossing powder so they sparkle. And I also added some white splatter in other areas. And that is a ArtGraf Taylor's chalk, and it works really good, gives nice white splatter. I'll have the information of that in the description. And then I'm going to dry those splatters. And I'm just going to add a little bit of stamping, and I'm using the, I think it's Cherry Pink, and just giving a couple little stamps. It says figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, and that's from the Field Notes stamp collection from Stampers Anonymous from Tim Holtz. And next up, once I get the cover off, I buff around the edges of the card, and often I try to make it a little grungy, but this, I didn't think grunge was the look I was going for, so I just give a very soft edge. And then I'm adding a couple number strips from a pack of Tim Holtz ephemera. I think it's called number strips. And I'm putting those on, well, I like putting them on, but I'm putting them down below so that the flowers are not just hanging in space. The circle is just a piece of scrap that I had some paper, and I mounted it on some old cardstock and cut it, punched holes just to add a little something. And then I'm adding my number strips down below to cover up the hanging stems. And that is the last of it. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun doing it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And give me a thumbs up and have a great day.